guys, it's your boy Junior here, bringing you another great video to the channel. And this is gonna be another computer tech video, guys. And if this is your first time here in this channel, we do a lot of great videos on product reviews, tech reviews, a lot of how-to videos. Sometimes we throw some vlogs in there depending on my day. I do all types of videos, but mostly surrounds around technology and great stuff like that. And you guys know I do a lot of live streaming when it comes to gaming, and sometimes I throw in some gaming reviews and stuff like that. So again, if you like technology, games, how-tos, you come to the right spot. And remember, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, enable bell notifications, so you get notified every time we drop great videos like this one or whenever we go live. Because trust me guys, you never want to miss a thing. All right guys, you guys know that I love my PC. I did a full review on this PC, tell you top to bottom what it's worth and everything, told you my internal components in here, what I have. So guess what time it is? I talked about it in that last video when I went over my whole setup, how much it cost me and everything. You guys remember I said I have a certain type of motherboard on here that is the last motherboard that takes DDR4 RAM and stuff like that. And I didn't want to upgrade because I didn't want to feel like I had to upgrade all my RAM sticks and everything. It's going to cost me a lot of money. So you know what this is coming to. I decided to upgrade the motherboard. Yes. I went with the Asus Extreme Maximum Z690. This motherboard is awesome. This does take DDR5 RAM sticks. And on this one, it is the LGA 1200 chipset for the CPU. This one's the LGA 1700 chipset. So big difference. Okay, so you guys are asking, if you didn't want to upgrade, why are you upgrading now and decided? All right, so lately I've been noticing a little, because some components I have doesn't match up perfectly with the current motherboard, RAM, and CPU properly. It's being bottlenecked. It's trying to push more power out when it's not getting as much back in. So I decided, you know what? I'm gonna pull the trigger and go ahead and spend the money to upgrade this PC. So as you see, I did get the motherboard here. I tell you what I got now. This version is the Z590. I just upgraded to the 690. The highest version they have right now is a 790. But right there, I did not want to spend the money on that one. This motherboard alone costs $1,300. The 790 one costs around $2,000, $1,900. So I didn't want to spend that much money. Yeah, I know $1,300 is not that far off. It's about $600, $700 difference. But I did not want to spend that money right now. Because remember, like I said before, if I upgrade the motherboard, I would have to upgrade the RAM and the CPU. I can't transfer it. And coming to the CPU, that's the biggest reason why I decided to just pull the trigger. Because on this CPU, like I said, it takes an LGA 1200 chipset. On that chipset, the highest core it takes, the maximum amount of cores you can put on there is 10 cores, which, I mean, that was less than what I had before. Before I had 16 cores or 18 cores, something like that. I forget exactly. I still have it, just don't know, it's over there. But yeah, so as you see, the performance is different. And also it's DDR4. Now, baseline for the DDR4, you know, the typical baseline for it is 32 megahertz to 3200 megahertz. The baseline on a DDR5 is like real baseline is, I think, 5300 megahertz, which is a lot. It's almost double what this one is. So what did I do? I had to pick up DDR5 RAMs and the LGA 1700 chipset. So I picked it up and I got these two right here. So I got this right here, this i9 1309K CPU. This is a 24 core at, I believe it was a 5.2 or 5.8. Don't remember exactly, but I know it's in a 5 gigahertz range. But yeah, I think it's a 5.8 gigahertz CPU RAM speed. Again, it's a 13,009K CPU, i9. This is the first one I actually buy with that has this type of case. You know, this is a newer CPU because comes in this case now. These come like this. And I did pick up these DDR5 RGB Dominator Platinum Corsair RAM sticks right here. You guys know I was running 128 gigs maximum RAM on this PC here. I did not want to lower that because I was originally just gonna throw in 64 gigs and just call it a day, and then I'll mess with that until I save a little bit more money and get the other 64 to match it up again. But after sitting there and contemplate, should I get it, should I not, I went ahead and bought 128 gigs, 128 gigs, sorry. Right here, guys, this alone, 300 plus taxes. So 600 right here, plus 1300 here, I'm already looking at 900. The CPU right here, guys, 600 and change. So I went with the silver one. I don't know, there's a little bit of difference of megahertz and stuff. So this is the second highest CPU I bought. The highest one, it comes in the gold, and I forget the speed. It's a lot faster in speed. But this is 24 cores of 13,900K CPU, like I said. And we're gonna open this up real quick so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. So the way to open up is you break the seal here. All right, hold on. Let me break the seal. And when you open this, it opens up like this. So you actually open it up, put it here, and then you open it up like this. And you open it up just like that, boom. And it comes in this little nice little nifty little case here, which is pretty awesome in my opinion. I've seen people, a lot of people I follow on YouTube for when they do computer stuff like I'm doing now. They always open these. I'm like, oh, I always wanted these. Hopefully I get one of these sooner. Here I go. They open, a lot of them usually open the gold ones, the gold packings. I got the silver one because of the speed and the specs I got. But this is what I got, and this is what I enjoy. It's a lot faster than what I had before. Because that one right now, I think is 11,900. But again, it's 10 core, because that's the maximum core you could get on this chipset. So I got with this one. So we open it up. Let me open it up real quick. And then, boom. Look at that beauty right there, guys. So it'll tell me the speed on here right now. Let me see. Oh, I thought it would, but it doesn't. Doesn't tell me the speed right there, but it's all good. You can see, look how pretty that thing is. No, you can't tell. All right. So I'm gonna put this down here. And then I'm gonna open up the RAM sticks. So you can see, I'm only gonna open one for you guys, because you guys know what RAM sticks look like. I'm not gonna open two of the same ones. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this up real quick so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Oh, my computer's turning on. Great. All right, so you see all my stuff back there. Hopefully it's nothing demeaning or something you guys shouldn't be seeing. All right. Damn, this tape is strong on here. Oh, I should have done that. Okay, whatever. All right, I was gonna open it up. So these are the Dominator RAM sticks. These are the best ones I could possibly find in my actual budget, because I wanted to keep RGB on here still. Because look how pretty that looks. It's not the same type of RGB. These are the Venture Pros and these are the Dominators. These actually look nicer in my opinion. I see right here, these are DDR5s, 5800 megahertz ones. So this is pretty awesome right here, guys. You see this, right? So I'm gonna put this inside you guys how it looks. Let me just show you up close. So up here is all RGB. It's not as like that, but it's gonna see show a little bit of light under, so that's cool. So now, I'm not gonna open up the other one because you guys know how that looks. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna open up the motherboard here. And of course, I gotta use my pen again. All right. Again, I always forget to get a knife when I'm doing stuff like this. But, so this looks like, if you've seen the unboxing this, when I did the 590 on that one, it's pretty much the same. So I'm gonna open this up right here. And it's heavy. This thing is heavy. So this is the motherboard right here, guys. All right. And the lighting on this is better than the one on this one. And pretty much the same thing. I'm not gonna open everything up. You guys are gonna see there, because I gotta put it all together. But this is it right here. I know I didn't show you everything on there right now, but I'm gonna go ahead and get this all hooked up right now on my PC. So that's it for right now until I hook it up. Once I finish hooking it up, I'll come back and show you how everything looks and take it from there and see how I feel and speed and everything. And I'll do I think I might do a benchmark on it as well, and we'll take it from there. All right, guys, I'll see you back in a second. For me, it'll be a couple hours, but for you, it'll be a few seconds. All right, catch you in a second. All right, guys, so we're back on my computer. I know it's different. It did take me a couple of days to get this all done and ready over, because for some reason it didn't want to read my hard drive properly. There wasn't booting in. Next thing I know, the reason why it wasn't booting, it took me about a day or two to figure it out, because the BIOS wasn't up to date to the latest firmware. So it wasn't reading the CPU properly. Like I told you before, this is a 13900K. So it's a 13 gen. The motherboard stock BIOS only reads up to 12K, which I didn't realize. I should have done my research, but when I checked, it says it is compatible, so I was okay. I was gonna get it. But when I got more research, I realized that you have to update the firmware for it to work properly. So I didn't figure it out right away. Now, after I figured that out, I'm like, damn, I gotta update the firmware, the BIOS. The problem I was having is it wasn't even giving me my BIOS screen, letting me log into my BIOS. It wasn't giving me anything. I couldn't log in. I couldn't do anything at all. It was a complete black screen right here. So did some little more research. I forgot that even they do this. You can able to reset, update the BIOS without even the computer turning on. At least with this motherboard that I'm aware of. So basically, I went on my other computer, downloaded the latest BIOS firmware, and put it on a thumb drive, hooked it up to the BIOS drive plug in the back of the computer. After I plugged it in, there was a button in the back that says BIOS flashback button. It's a BIOS flashback button. And so I held that for 10 seconds after I did that. And then since this motherboard has a screen in the front, it tells me that it's updating the firmware. I saw that was happening. As soon as I updated the firmware, boom, it started working. It didn't work right away. It got me into, I'm able to see the screen now and everything. Then the next part I was having, it wasn't able to read my hard drive with all my stuff. I did not want to start fresh Windows on here. So I messed around with a little bit with that. I went to safe mode, you know, the whole jargons that you have to do to get this working properly. I did all that, got it working. As you see, it's working. If I move the mouse, this is my screen right here. Everything's working properly. Love it. It's working well. Now what I'm gonna do before we finish up this video is I'm gonna go ahead and bring you up close and show you how everything looks. All right, so stay tuned. All right, guys, so this is the motherboard with the new RAM. As you see, the RAM is a little different. And I wish you could see the motherboard better, but you see up here, you see that thing right there where it says AO or AU, I can't tell, yeah, AO. That's what gives you the error code. But then you see the screen down here. I don't know if you can see it right there, because with the RGB is a hard time to letting you see the screen. All right, so let me see if we can see. All right, you see that little screen right there, touch screen right there. Well, not touch screen. That's where you could tell if the BIOS is being updated or not. Gives you real-time specs on there, so I like that. That's an Asus Extreme Maximum Z690 motherboard with Corsair Domination RAM, 128 gigs of RAM, and it has a i9 13900K CPU, and that's what it looks like. As far as specs, I'll put it up on the screen when I get a chance, and you could take a look at the benchmarks on them. All right, let me go back so we can give my final thoughts. All right, guys, so we're back here on my computer. I showed you real quick what the thing looks like. I hope you can able to see. I know it's a little dark, hard to see because the ISO on my thing was automatic, and it's hard to see with all the lights and everything in there. So I hopefully you're able to see it. If not, I'm sorry. Like I said, I'll go ahead and put the specs right up here so you can see of the benchmark I did. I did use, let me see what benchmark did I use. The Unigine Hygiene benchmarker, I don't remember the name, but you'll see it right over here. You'll see it, and you can take a look. It runs good. I played Call of Duty one game real quick and see how it played, and it played awesome. No issues, no nothing. I'm very happy with it, guys. I'll leave all the stuff I got down below with the links where to get them if you do want to get them, and show you. And there's a nice little upgrade to my computer, guys. So now the next video you probably will see, or another future video, is building the old parts from here, building another PC out of it, which I did buy a case for. I bought the Lian Li 011 Dynamic Evo. Reason I bought the Evo because I can put it on this side and invert the glass display. So see how the glass display shows on this side on this one? Normally all the needle is gonna be showing this way, but with the Evo, stock, it'll face that way, but it gives you the option to flip it over so now the glass is showing this way. So I have two cases facing each other here. So instead of having down here like I do right now for my stream piece, I'm gonna put it over here since I got a lot of space there. And I can just put the stuff on top and take it from there. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and give me a big old thumbs up. Show me all the love and support that you guys love to show the channel. Also, don't forget to hit that share button because sharing is caring. And we want to make sure that everyone's aware of everything we do on this channel so they don't miss out just like you don't miss out. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, put them in the comment box down below. I'll get to you as soon as I can, when I can, as fast as I can. And if you still haven't done so, at the end of this video, guys, hit the subscribe button and enable bell notifications so you get notified every time we drop great videos like this one, whenever we go live. Because trust me, guys, you never ever want to miss out. And that's it for today, guys. Until next time, I'm out of here. Peace.